She got smiles like it seems to me, reminds me of... Hey, I'm going to show you how to change a steel string guitar string. A steel string guitar string, right? You get 6 strings in a pack. First string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string. Obviously these can be retuned to certain patterns, but most people tune it to the typical, I don't know the name of it, open E, I guess it's called, tuning, which is Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter, from the highest note down to the bass note, even though you're looking down it that way, regardless whether you're left or right-handed. They decided to say it backwards. So this is string 1. Idiots. Alright. You've got 2 break points potentially. Usually you're either down here on the bridge or up here at the top of the neck somewhere, or up here. So mine broke here, but I didn't have any slack. But it wouldn't matter. This is the bad end to break it at, up here. Because it was down here, and these strings weren't cropped like they are for neatness. In fact, if you're a stage performer, you probably want to crop them just for the sake of looking professional. If you're a busker, you'd probably get a coin and just curl them, so they're not just facing out in all directions. I'll do that for you in a second. So if you don't have any tools on you, you probably have a coin on in your pocket. We're going to use that. You just get your fingernail. If you're a guitarist, I assume you have fingernails. Just get in there and just get that bit out there first. That's already out. It's easy. Unusually easy, probably. That's right there. So that's clean now. Down this end, it's going to hurt your fingers trying to do that with your fingers, right? So you need leverage. So reach in your pocket. Hopefully you made a bit of money tonight from busking. And just leverage it by jamming it in next to the peg beside it. And try not to break it in half, but then it'll just come out easily. You can see, pull it out. That's neat. Because I was a busker for 15 years, I'd hardly ever see just an eyelet just sitting there alone like that. There'd usually be a hole. Actually, it doesn't even have a hole in it. That's kind of an irreparable type. They usually have an eyelet, so you can usually just run something through it and then lock it up on the peg. You want to repair your own strings if they break down here at the bridge. Take the third string, in this case, the G string, very uncomfortable string to break, and use your incisors if you need to open a bag this way, which is very rare. So this string has an eyelet. That's good because this string will be repairable, and the G string's a very common string actually to break. So you take that string, just unfurl it without taking your eye out, without cutting yourself or piercing through to the bone with that very sharp end there. Hopefully you won't tangle it on the way out. This is usually pretty easy. You shouldn't usually have to give instructions on how to unravel a string. But this string seems to be kind of stuck. There you go. Right, just shove the eyelet down into the hole where the pegs come out of. Hopefully there's nothing in the way. If it's getting jammed in there for some stupid reason, just put the peg in with the downward concave side facing up towards the neck of the guitar, and just press it in. I de-snagged it. Let me pull on that a bit. Just pull on a bit, not too much. You'll probably be stronger than a G string with some fairly light force, so be careful of that. Not that light, because you're going to tighten it up here now. So I'll put the string down there, and then what I'm going to do, just put it in its divot up here, at the top of the neck, wrap it around the top 3 or 4 times, not less than that really. Yeah, I'm even looking at the base E up here, down here, and even that's got 3 3. So I never do less than 3 really, unless it's really thick string. Probably on a bass guitar you can't do 3. The reason you want to do that is so you've got a bit of slack in case the string breaks and you want to repair it, so it's easier for you afterwards. And run the string through the hole in the winder, the worm drive hole up here. Because I'm building robots at the moment, I've learned a lot about the amazing gearing of worm drives, which enables you to rotate the, it's concealed here in this case, but basically what I'm doing is I'm rotating a, oh by the way, wind from the inside outwards, so the strings all end up, so these top 3 wind around that way, and the other ones wind that way. Any other way is wrong. Okay, so I'm instinctively pulling, like tightening that string as I do it, and I will be flexing that string to make sure it's got some tightness. It'll just speed up the detuning that happens while you tighten it. So I'm winding the peg facing downwards. I'm winding it clockwise. Now, what I've done so far is I've tightened the string to a certain length, and now I'm going to just hold my fingers down here, and I'm going to tug on it a bit. And you remember the note? Dung, dung, a second ago? Dung, dung, dung. I haven't touched the peg, but I guarantee you it's gone a lot flatter than that. Listen. Because it's still working out its grandfatherly kind of settling. Now, I'll tune the entire guitar, okay? Sounds E enough, right? Tune up to the note, don't tune down to the note, because you'll be creating a lax effect, because there are points, for example up here, where it hasn't clicked down a bit, so as you play and loosen them, tuning downwards would have created a note lower than you were intending. So tune up to it, so you're tightening it up, right? So now this is the new minimum note. And slippage will occur because of the nature of the atomic nature of the strings. Okay, so this is the string we just put on. Just by chance, maybe subconsciously, I automatically found the G note, so that's why it was fairly easy to tune for me just then. It was like very close. Okay, I'm just going to hold the note down and just do a bit more tugging on it for a second, to see if it's got any more looseness about it. Don't tug too hard. It's going to maybe, well, in general, you probably shouldn't tug too hard in life, but so it's gone a bit flat, but I think it's basically settled. I'd play on that. Just always check that the top and bottom strings are in tune with one another as well. Play a couple of chords. Don't infuriate yourself by going ding 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 and trying to get it perfect all over the time, because that kind of stuff will happen. Probably because the E string. And even looking at the heights of the pegs down here, I can see that the high E is slightly higher, so that might have slipped out and the string was pushing. So little things like this all the way along constantly work against you to put the strings a little better to tune. I'll just stretch every single string. This means we won't have to retune it all over again. But let's have a quick look. I'm just stretching them without breaking them. I'm always tuning up to the note. If I went down there like that, or if I went too high, see, the note before is. Now, I'm going to bring this note down, but I'm just going to bring it down to the tune level. It's insecure anyway, so I'm going to bring it down a bit more. Find the note that I need. And then tune up. That's tuned enough now. One more thing. You don't want this to be taking somebody's eye out. And if you intend to play this guitar for a long time without having to worry about the way it looks so much, well, you don't want it sticking out ugly as that. Can you see this? It's just sticking out. Okay? Get a coin, same coin used on the peg. Put your finger in there. Don't worry, it's not going to cut you. Just do it a bit harder, okay? Then you can curl your strings. Now it's not going to hurt anybody. These other strings, it looks a lot better when they're cropped, but for practical reasons, just keep that excess, because when it breaks down the bridge, which is more common, you can just take the string off, lessen the length from up this end, and plug the stump of the string that's broken and place it through the eye, and then twist it, and then shove it down there, the whole thing. Sometimes it's hard to get through. Sometimes you actually have to go in, especially with an E string, because that gets pretty thick. You could actually loosen all the strings and put it up through that way, and then bring the string up, out through there, plug it in, and then that takes a little bit of extra tweaking because it's really got to get tight as an anchor in there. Memories. I'm gonna learn that song. I saw it at the end of a movie just recently with Viggo Mortensen. I highly recommend you see that last version of Sweet Child of Mine. It's beautiful. Alright, I hope you have a better mastery of steel string guitar string changing. I was a busker for 15 years. It's faster than that on the fly because you don't want customers to leave. We're doing it in seconds. But I think with normal nylon strings, there's something to thread through back here, and you sort of just wrap it around, and it sort of locks with tension. But in terms of peg, which is steel strings, you're going to be doing that way.